Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islander Americans. Pacific Islander Americans refers to individuals having origins from any of the original peoples of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or other Pacific islands. It includes people who indicated their race or races as Pacific Islander or reported entries such as Native Hawaiian, Guamanian, Chamorro, Samoan, and other Pacific Islanders, or provided other detailed Pacific Islander responses on the census. Pacific Islander Americans are residents of the United States with original ancestry from Oceania. The Pacific Islands contain 789 habitable islands and are widely divided into three geographic areas: Polynesia, Melanesia, and Micronesia. Individuals born in Hawaii, Guam, and American Samoa are American citizens. Pacific Islander Americans were classified with Asian Americans in the U.S. Census until a few years ago. The next slide shows several Pacific Islander groups that are in the U.S. Carolinian, Fijian, Guamanian, Hawaiian, Khazarian, Melanesian, Micronesian, Northern Mariana Islander, Papua New Guinean, Punapine, Polynesian, Samoan, Solomon Islander, Tahitian, Taura Islander, and Tongan. Let's look at the demographics from the 2020 census. Native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islander alone or in combination with other races make up 0.3% of the U.S. population. Hawaii has the most multiracial individuals in the U.S. It has a history of attracting immigrants from Asia and other parts of the world to work as farm laborers. 24% of residents identify as multiracial. States with the highest percentage of Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander populations are Hawaii, Alaska, Utah, Washington State, Nevada, California, Oregon, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Arizona. The mean age is 30 years. 31.2% are under age 18. 89.1% have a high school diploma. 19.6% have a BS degree or higher. And 40.3% speak a language other than English at home. 15.4% experience poverty and live below the poverty line. 66.9% have private insurance. 33.5% rely on Medicaid or public insurance. And 8.3% are uninsured. Health issues. According to the CDC 2022 life expectancy estimate for this group, were not produced due to limited race and ethnic data. So unfortunately, we cannot give you life expectancy. This group has the highest rate of smoking, alcohol use, and obesity in the United States. They also have less access to cancer prevention and control programs than any other groups. They also experience high rates of tuberculosis. The leading causes of death are heart disease, cancer, unintentional injuries or accidents, stroke, diabetes. Foodways. While the islands are geographically close, the Pacific Island region is racially and culturally diverse. The cuisine varies slightly from island to island and is a blend of native foods with European, Japanese, and American influences. It is also influenced by the Asian Indians, Chinese, Korean, and Filipino agricultural workers who arrived in the 18th century. Food plays a central role in Pacific Islander culture as it represents prosperity, generosity, and community support. Hospitality is extended to visitors who are usually asked to share a meal. Most hosts will not eat until a guest is satisfied, and it is considered impolite to refuse food. Even if a visitor is not hungry, he or she will generally eat a small portion of food so that the host is not disappointed. Food is also often given as a gift, and a refusal of food is considered an insult to the host or the giver. Fruits, fruit juices, vegetables, and nuts are eaten in abundance. Cow's milk and other dairy products are uncommon in the diet. Coconuts are plentiful, and both the milk and dried fruit are used to flavor meals. Pigs, chickens, and cows exist on the Pacific Islands, but they are expensive in many areas, so local villagers tend to purchase them only for large celebrations and feasts. Pacific Islanders typically eat 3 meals a day. Breakfast usually includes cereal and coffee, while traditional meals are eaten for lunch and dinner. Traditional meals include poi, breadfruit, green bananas, fish, or pork. Poi is usually given to babies as an alternative to cereal. Many dishes are cooked in coconut milk, and more than 40 varieties of seaweed are eaten either as a vegetable or a condiment. Local markets with fresh foods are still abundant in most islands. Traditional foods now contribute only minimally to daily intake, most of which is made up of imported foods or fast food. Starchy foods are the foundation of the traditional diet. For example, the traditional Hawaiian diet is 75 to 80% starch, 7% to 12% fat, and 12 to 15% protein. Fish and other seafood are abundant in the Pacific Islands and are eaten almost every day in some islands. Most fish and seafood are stewed and roasted, but some are served marinated and uncooked. Pork is the most common meat, and it is used in many ceremonial feasts. Whole pigs are often cooked in pits layered with coals and hot rocks. Throughout the Pacific Islands, pit roasted foods are used to commemorate special occasions and religious celebrations. The part of the pig one receives often depends on one's social standing. Traditional meals are highly seasoned with ginger, lime, or lemon juice, garlic, onions, or scallions, depending on the dish. Lard and coconut oil, both of which are saturated fats, are the most common fats used in food and give foods a distinct flavor. Traditional beverages include fruit juices, coconut water, local alcoholic concoctions, and teas. Contemporary foodways. Like other Americans, Contemporary Pacific Islander eating habits are influenced by income, time pressures, lifestyle, and marketing, leading to shifts towards easily prepared takeout and processed foods. Again, the recommendation is to not make assumptions or take a one-size-fits-all approach when working with this group. Many Pacific Islander Americans have moved to a more Western diet consisting of fast foods and processed foods, and as a result, there's a high prevalence of obesity and diabetes. Pacific Islanders now rely on imported foods that are highly processed, such as white flour, white sugar, canned meat and fish, and a lot of spam is eaten. Margarine and mayonnaise, carbonated beverages, candies and cookies, breakfast cereals. Many locals sell their produce and then in turn purchase imported foods. 80 to 90% of the foods are now imported. Imported rice is becoming the staple food in some areas instead of locally grown provisions, and the ability to purchase imported food is now a status symbol. Thank you for watching.